Talking Northeast 10 men's basketball today, and we're joined by Bentley's Zach Laput. Bentley off to, I would say, a great start, but the season is basically in the home stretch here as we head toward conference tournament play. It was an interesting start of the year, though, for you, Zach, because you guys had a huge roster turnover for what was a very successful year last year, but were still picked very highly preseason. So kind of walk me through what your approach was when the season started to what this year was going to be for the Falcons.
Well, I knew this year was going to be a lot different from last year's team, but I knew we had a lot of potential. And, every team has a lot of potential in the beginning of the year, really. It's just who could, keep getting better throughout the year and reach their potential. So I figured the year is going to be kind of choppy to start. No matter what people pick us, we're mature enough to know that it's just a ranking. It doesn't mean anything. St. Mike's was picked last and they're in first right now. So just goes to show what the NE10 is really like. And we just knew we had to keep getting better. We practice hard every single day. I knew it was gonna be choppy to start, but we have a really good group of guys that practice hard every single day, and we're just trying to get better. And we still have got a lot of the season left to play, even though there's really not a lot of the season left to play. So every game really matters a lot at this point, and we're just gonna continue to keep it getting better, really.
How have you guys grown to get to the point where you are right now?
By losing tough games and winning in kind of blowout fashion in some games, and seeing like what's the difference of when we play really well, what does playing well look like for us to be successful, and when we don't play well, what are the root causes of that, and just kind of going through all the learning pains and all like the good times too, and just seeing like, all right, what do we have to do to play our best. And you kind of, with a group like this that's going to continue to keep working, and Coach Lawson and Coach Cole are going to always hold us accountable, and we're going to hold each other accountable. We're just going to keep working to reach our own potential, because we still don't think we're there yet, but I'm sure other teams don't as well.
What have you learned from the close losses, and what are the things that you have to do well?
Well, I mean, we know we have to play connected. We're best when we play 5 as 1, and the ball's moving, and we're taking quality shots. I mean, that's really every team, though. The team that takes the best shots are probably going to end up winning the game. So we know that's what it looks like for us. And defensively, like, got to win the rebounding. Can't let teams get easy shots. It's just who takes the best shots, really, at the end of the day, and that's playing together.
That togetherness is interesting for you guys because you've scored 100 points 6 times. And I feel like every time I look at one of those box scores, I'm like, which guy dropped 50? And it's always like the leading scorer has 21 points. And you're looking at the box score. I'm like, how did they get to 100? Tell me about the makeup of this roster and how you guys spread the ball around so successfully on your best offensive nights.
Well, I mean, it all starts with Coach Lawson at the end of the day, just like everything in this program. He's been preaching it from day one to all of us that in order for us to be successful, everyone has to be a threat. And I think in the beginning of the year, guys are still, I'm in a new role no matter what I'm coming off of, and Aaron's in a new role no matter what he's coming off of last year. And all the other guys who haven't had a big role last year, they're in a new role too. So it's all just figuring out at the beginning of the year what your role is on this new team, and really just knowing that once we all figure it out, like if we're all threats on the court at the same time, no matter how a defense plays us, if we play well together unselfishly, we'll always find the good shot for us to take.
How has your role changed? What's life different like for you now in your third year?
I mean, I just have to be more mature, and I have to make the right plays when they present themselves, just like everyone else. Like if they want to load up on me heavy at the rim, then I've got to jump stop and find the open guy. I've got to be in control at all times. Like if they're not playing my shot, I've got to make them play my shot. If they're denying me the ball, maybe I have to be a great screener. And it's really just growing and becoming more mature, to helping maybe less experienced players play well, just like the older guys last year would have helped me. You could say whatever I had a good season last year with like my numbers, but at the end of the day, like I was playing with 3 grad students on my team who made my life a lot easier because, if I ever wandered, they weren't. So I have to make sure I never wander for this team too.
I read a story from CT Insider earlier in your career that said you work out 2 to 3 times a day outside of practice, probably cut that back a little bit in season, but you are always in the gym. Um, how many times are you in the gym over the course of a day? And walk me through that work ethic.
Well, yeah, it changes in season to an extent. But I would say I'm in the weight room every day for sure. And that doesn't necessarily mean lifting. Like I'm always taking care of my body because at the end of the day, it's about playing well on game day. And everything throughout the week is tailored around what do I have to do to play well on game day for us to be successful. So I mean, if I played 40 minutes in a game, in a really physical game, the next day is going to be all recovery based. I may take like 2 ice baths. I'll be stretching throughout the day. I'll still make sure like I do my core and like little stuff like that. I'll touch the ball a little bit, but it's all about taking care of my body to make sure that I play the best on game day. But yeah, like I try to get as many shots up as I can and make sure my skills could be as refined as possible before practice for 30 to 45 minutes or after practice for 30 to 45 minutes. But coach also tries to cut me back a little bit too to make sure I'm not like tiring myself out because I think some games where I faltered the most, I may have like lifted legs before on game day or done a hard workout on game day and I don't have the legs for that day. So it's a like constant learning process of trying to find out what do I have to do to play my best and finding the balance of working out as much as I can to, reach my potential of skills, but also like cutting back because I know I can get better watching film. Like I know I can get better just resting my body. My team needs me to have full energy on game day. And so it's finding the balance between both right now. Obviously in the off season, it's a lot different.
Uh, Obviously the goal for all of this is to get back to Evansville, make it to the Elite Eight, make some noise as a team, obviously win a conference championship, hopefully, and win a region along the way. You have been to that point in your career. Your freshman season, you went to the Elite Eight. What's that experience like? What do you remember about going to the Ford Center and being amongst all the pageantry?
It's just really special. And New Haven knows from last year and Coach Witaling over there. It's a really special like memory that I'll have with those guys forever that some of our guys on this team have experienced too. And it's just like whenever you see like Jordan Mello Klein, Cole Lawrence, Mason Webb, like the guys you've gone with, like all the guys on that team, like you just look at them and it's just a special moment that you get to share with them forever. And it's obviously something that I would really love to experience with this team too, but I'm sure a lot of teams are all fighting for that as well. So it comes down to just playing at your best with your guys, and everyone's got to be on the same page of we want to win and we want to play well. And yeah, like that was a really special moment. And of course, I would love to go back there again and be able to go a little further than we did last time. But yeah, that was a special moment that we're gonna always have together, forever.
Hopefully that's in the future for you guys. I won't ask you about next year because you're a third year senior or a fourth year junior, I guess. So I won't ask you that tough question, but I do want to ask you once Bentley is done, what is in the future for you? What do you want to do once you graduate in Waltham?
Well, I want to keep playing basketball for as long as I can. This last summer, I trained my high school basketball team, Notre Dame West Haven in Connecticut, in the weight room and on the court throughout the summer, and I love doing that. I love working with the guys, and they're having a great season right now. They're number 1 in CT, so I'm always cheering them on, and I really enjoy that. So I mean, I want to stick around the game of basketball as much as I can. I love it. It's obviously my passion. Like this is what I love to do. So as much as I could be around the game, I'm gonna wanna. So.
Zach, best of luck in that endeavor. Best of luck for the rest of the season here, and excited to see what's in store for Bentley over the next few weeks.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.